Yes, again, very good morning. So today we are going to start another important subject with you. That is actually the financial accounting. I hope you have some theoretical knowledge because you all have passed the level examination by passing accounting subject, I guess. So this is our course outline. Now I have shared the course outline. You can see. So normally we are conducting financial accounting subject for the business management and information system commonly. So then same or similar course content we are using for both of you, business management and information system. So then you can see here one semester 2022 and course outline for ACA 1133 financial accounting. So this code represent what ACF means. This subject is offered by the Department of Accountancy and Finance. So one represent year, first one represent year, and second one represent your semester, and third one represent what the subject code 3. Then final one represent number of credit. Then this subject will offer 3 credit for you, right? So then after you can see the facilitator or lecturer. So this subject actually we are conducting myself and Dr. Mrs. C.T. Gamage ma'am. So I will cover some part as well as madam also will cover the some part of this subject, right? So contact hours, you can see, I think you have received already the timetable. So contact hours Monday and Thursday. So normally in this situation, so in this current situation, we are conducting lectures via Zoom, right? So that is why when all occasion I have highlighted as Zoom. So dates Monday 8:30 to 10:30 and Thursday 2 to 4. These are the time slot that I have received. So study sessions, year 1, semester 1 start from 20th June 2022. It means today. Today onwards, we start your journey, right? So if you have any questions regarding the financial accounting subject, we are the person you can contact, right? You can contact me as well as Dr. Mrs. C.T. Gamage, right? So course descriptions, you can see here the financial accounting course descriptions, right? So basically, the aim of this course is to develop students' knowledge of the conceptual and regulatory framework for financial reporting, right? The financial accounting subject is deal with conceptual and regulatory framework. What? Financial reporting. And also, this course is mainly be focused to understand the Sri Lankan accounting standard, LKS, as well as SLFRS standard. There are a few standards we will discuss with you as SLFRS. And then finally, we identify the reporting issues faced by the corporate entity as application part. So finally, and apply the relevant Sri Lankan accounting standard to such issues, right? So you can see here, I think someone is dropping the notation. Please remove these annotations. Please kindly remove that. Right? So then you can see here the mainly this subject focus on Sri Lankan accounting standard and conceptual and regulatory framework for the financial reporting. නේ. එතකොට මේ course එකේ අරමුණ වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද? ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ගිණුම් කරන ප්‍රමිත කොහොමද අපි මූල්‍ය වාර්තාකරණයට දාගන්නේ? සමාගම්වල කොහොමද මේ මූල්‍ය වාර්තාකරණ පද්ධතිය තුළ ප්‍රමිත භාවිත වෙන්නේ? ඒ කියන දේවල් අපි කතා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. So then this is the main objective, right? This is the main objective to enhance your knowledge regarding the conceptual and regulatory framework for financial reporting, right? Then after you can understand Sri Lankan accounting, which accounting standard is or are more reliable for different circumstances, right? So finally you can apply those accounting standard in the practical world too. right? So intended learning outcome. So this main description we have divided into 5 elements or outcomes, right? So finally, it means at the completion of this course, it means final date of this course, right? You should have, or you will be able to identify the process and roles and scope of the financial account, right? So at the final lesson, you should have clear idea, right? I will explain, I will discuss with you, and I will guide you, right? So the process and role and scope of financial accounting, right? These are the general thing and basic thing. Today we mainly focus on first objective, right? For process and roles and scope, right? So I think you all have already learned at the A-level examination those basic things, but I again highlight because you should have the remind those things, right? So then first objective you can clear now. Identify the process, role, and scope of the financial account, right? So I'm discussing, you can disturb me anytime if you have any question, right? Because you should have, and you and me, there should be a combination of delivery, right? Therefore, if you have any questions or if you have any clarification regarding the topics or words, you can ask, right? Then first objective, identify the process and role and scope of the financial accounting. Then second topic, and it is very important, right? Demonstrate the relevant regulatory requirement to the financial reporting environment in Sri Lanka, right? So we need to identify or we need to demonstrate the relevant regulatory requirement. What requirement we have for the financial reporting in Sri Lankan context, right? So third objective, describe the conceptual framework for financial accounting. You have learned the conceptual framework, framework for the financial accounting, right? You know. Then we hope to discuss next day in detail the conceptual framework for the financial accounting as well as finance reporting. මොකක්ද කියන්නේ සංකල්පනාත්මක මූල්‍ය වාර්තාකරණය සඳහා තියෙන සංකල්පනාත්මක රාමුව අපි කතා කරන්න ඕනේ, ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ. Then after, apply specific accounting treatment required in financial reporting of various elements of financial statement in accordance with the current accounting standard, right? So then after, we hope to use accounting standard, right? After discussing conceptual framework and regulatory environment, and then after the necessary requirement in connection with financial reporting, we move to the accounting standard, right? Then we hope to, I will explain what are the, I will mention you what are the accounting standards that we are going to discuss with you, right? Those are very important. Sometimes you may have learned already. Anyhow, again, you have to memorize those accounting standard, because if you are in information system or students, or if you are in business management student, you should have the basic idea or basic knowledge regarding the financial account, right? නේ ඔයාලා IS ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් වුණා, business management ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් වුණා, ඔයාලට තියෙන්න ඕනි මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරන සම්බන්ධයෙන් මූලික දැනුම, right? Then finally, explain the concept of control and prepare the consolidated financial statement for simple group structure, right? This is somewhat new for you because you have not learned, I think most of you have not learned still the consolidated financial statement. At the A-level examination, sometimes you have prepared company account, Y-level examination, the company accounts, and then after partnership accounts, right? So then final objective, final things, I think this topic will be a new concept for you, right? Consolidated financial statement, right? I will explain how to prepare consolidated financial statement, what kind of key term is there, right? consolidated financial statement කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකාබද්ධ මූල්‍ය ප්‍රකාශන. ඇයි අපි ඒවා පිළියෙල කරන්නේ? මොකද්ද මේ consolidated financial statement වල කතා කරද්දී මේ control කියන concept එක, පාලනය කියන concept එක කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? නේ? Those things we are going to explain with you, right? So these are the general or intended learning outcome that we are going to discuss with you, right? There are 5 at the end of this lesson. It means after 15 weeks, we should have the clear understanding about these 5 objectives, right? At the examination, we will test definitely these 5 objectives, right? Are you clear? If you have any questions or any clarification up to here, now you can ask, right? Before move to the method of evaluations, we can discuss it now. Any doubt? All are clear then? කොහොම Yes. I think you all are silent, then I understood that all are clear. My explanations are clear. Right. Then let's move to the method of evaluation. How we evaluate you, right? You know, this course also assessed by 2 components. The first one, continuous assessment. Then 30% goes to the continuous assessment and 70% will be tested at the end semester examination, right? Continuous assessment will be conducted during the lecture time period. So after the lecture time period, it means 15 weeks. 15 weeks, you may have the examination, right? You may have the examination. So at that time, you can earn 70 marks, right? Then this 30% consists of, there are 2 assignments we will give you, right? Classroom test, it means online quiz will be there. Then you can earn 50% out of 30, you can earn 15%, right? 15%. Then another assignment is there, group assignment. I will upload group members for the next lessons. Then you can discuss with your group members and prepare the group report and finally submit to the LMS. Then you can earn another 15%, right? No need to write down those things because I have already uploaded to the LMS, right? Just you can see now. Then after you can note down, and you can note down a special thing that I highlight here now, right? No need to note down one by one because I already uploaded to the LMS. Then you can download that document and note down, right? Is this part clear? Method of evaluation. කොහොමද ඔයාලා evaluate කරන්නේ මේ subject එකේ? මේ financial accounting එකේ මූලිකව අපි කොටස් දෙකකින් evaluation එක කරනවා. පළවෙනි එක assessment එක, ඊළඟට final examination. එතකොට assessment විදිහට ඔයාලට ලකුණු 30ක් earn කරගන්න පුළුවන්. final exam එකේදී ඔයාලට ලකුණු 70ක් earn කරගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ ලකුණු 30 කොහොමද හම්බ වෙන්නේ? මේ ලකුණු 30 ඔබ සහභාගී වෙන දේශන මාලාව අතරතුරදී තමයි ඔබට මේ ලකුණු ටික උපය ගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ ලකුණු 30 අපි කොටස් දෙකකින් දෙනවා. එකක් classroom test එකක්. මේක ඔබ තනියෙන් කරන්න ඕනි. LMS එකේ quiz එකක් දෙනවා. මේ quiz එකට attempt කරලා marks earn කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊළඟට group assignment එකක් දෙනවා. group members ලා අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 7ක් 8ක් වගේ දාලා group එකක් create කරලා ඔයාලට දෙනවා. ඒ group members ලාත් එක්ක සාකච්ඡා කරලා then assessment එක හරි guideline එකට follow කරලා assessment report එකක් හදලා submit කරන්න. එතකොට මේ ලකුණු 30 ඔයාලට earn කරගන්න පුළුවන්. final exam එකේදී ඔයාලට ලකුණු 70ක් earn කරගන්න පුළුවන්. right? Is that clear?
Yes, sir, all clear.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Then delivery method. Right? So ACF 1133 financial accounting is presented through a weekly 3-hour lectures and 1-hour tutorial, right? So normally you will have 4-hour lectures that consist of 3-hour lectures and 1-hour tutorial. Tutorial means we are discussing question with you and some example we are discussing with you, right? So each tutorial provides you with the opportunity to apply what you have learned in the preceding lectures, right? Then at the tutorial part, we can discuss the issues that you have and also the examples and the application at the tutorial time. නේ. ඔයාලගේ lectures සාමාන්‍ය සතියේ පැය 4ක් තියෙනවා. 4 කොටස් දෙකකට කතා කැඩෙනවා. පැය 3ක් lecture යනවා. පැය 1ක් ටියුටෝරියල් විදිහට යනවා. ඒතකොට ටියුටෝරියල් එකේදී අපි සාකච්ඡා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා ඔයාලට තියෙන issues ඊට පස්සේ examples ඊට පස්සේ applications, right? The tutorial questions are required to be attempted before attending the tutorial class, right? So normally we are conducting, as I discussed earlier, we are conducting tutorial class. For that, we uploaded some questions and issues to the LMS. So it is better if you attempt those questions before the lectures, right? It will be more worth for you to get more understanding, right? So finally, very important thing as like the financial account, because you know financial accounting subject is very somewhat related to the mathematical part, no? Then good attendance and active participation in the class discussions are essential, right? So my first advice, dear student, my first advice, if you can, right, if you can, please attend to the lectures. Please attend to the lectures. Some are thinking, no need to go the lectures. I can hear the recording. Then that's it, right? But there are many benefits you can earn if you participate into the lectures, right? You can actually you can hear some words that are not still you have not heard, right? So, and also you can ask any questions if you have, because there are no any person you can see, right? Then no any fears to ask any questions. You can discuss with lectures, right? Therefore, good maintain your good attention. Even sometimes you may have internet problems. Anyhow, try to manage the active participation for the financial accounting at least, right? I'm expecting your participation, right? We'll discuss 2 hours and 4 hours we are meeting. Then we can discuss about the components and discuss the very essential things regarding the financial accounting, and also then other things which are related to the subject matters as well as another aspect, right? So at the very first day, I will request from you all, if you can, please participate to the lectures, right? Those are very, it will be actually more benefited added to you, right? At the finally, you can understand what I am saying, because I'm also was here like you, right? I'm listening lectures and I'm noting down the lecture notes, right? Everything I have done. So as a result of that, I'm here, right? You may have a chance, right? Finally, after 4 years, now you have a dream. Now you have a dream. Today, you start with good perspectives. Some of you, the most of you, definitely you think that you thought, today I start a journey with positive mindset, even country is not going well. I start my journey. So after 4 years, I should complete this with good pass or class. For that, what should I do, right? What should I do? I have to work hard, right? You should have a vivid features. You have to create vivid feature to get opportunity from the environment, right? Environment is highly volatile, right? Environment really is expecting the good product from the society, right? Then you are in a very big competitive environment. So you have, that's what analysis, right? Then at the very first day, please note down your strengths. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? What you have at breadth, right? Then after you can understand where you are now, right? Then you can develop your movement. Then finally you can evaluate your success or the failure, right? So then recommended reading. These are the recommended reading you have, right? I will upload some accounting standard, CASL, Chartered Accountancy of Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan Accounting Standard and Company Acts, right? Then after 1995, November 15th of 1995, Sri Lankan Accounting and Auditing Standard, as well as another important book you can refer. If you have, I think e-version is not there. intermediate accounting, IFRS edition. Right? These are the recommended reading, right? Yes, now you can see the schedule that we are going to discuss. Schedule, right? So these are the topic actually we are going to cover with you, right? Up to here, you can, if you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, we can move to the schedule, right? After here, if you have any question, you can ask. No, ne? I hope you have understood it. Right? Yes, then topic we are going to discuss with you actually. Actually, this is prepared for 12 weeks planning, right? Then after next balance 3 weeks, we are going to discuss with the tutorial part, right? So first week, we hope to discuss overview of financial accounting. It means today we discuss that part. Then conceptual framework of financial reporting, කොහොමද මූල්‍ය වාර්තාකරණය සම්බන්ධයෙන් තියෙන සංකල්පනාත්මක රාමුව. Then second week, we are going to discuss, or we hope to discuss regulatory framework for the presentation and preparation and presentation of the financial statement. 6 hours we have assigned for that. Again, third week also, and fair value accounting. Then week 4 and 5, we hope to discuss accounting for assets. Under that, LKS 2, you have already learned this accounting standard. Inventories, TOGA. Then after LKS 16, property, plant and equipment. Then after, under that, LKS 38, intangible assets, Asprushevatkam. Then after LKS 23, borrowing costs. There are 8 hours for that to cover these topics, right? So then after, we have to discuss accounting for liabilities part. Under that, this is very important accounting standard. SLFR 16, leases, Kalbadu. Then after, under that, we have to discuss provisions, contingent liabilities, and contingent assets, LKS 37, right? And also accounting for revenue and expenses. Under that, SLFRS 15. I think you have learned some part of the SLFRS 15 at the level examination. Then after, consolidated financial statement, we hope to discuss more that we have highlighted here. And finally, branch accounting, Shaka Ginum Karane, right? These are the topic actually we are going to discuss with you. Here I have highlighted as week 12, but we hope to discuss 15 week, but we can't predict the country situation, so sometimes it may vary, right? So according to that, we hope to revise the timetable, right, or schedule, right? Anyhow, these are the topic we are going to discuss. May topics tika thamai api katha karanna balaporuttu wenne, right? Then after, you can see here the remarks column. So then classroom test. At the 7th week end, you may have the classroom test, right? Today is very first day of first week, right? First day of first week. Then last day of 7th week, you have a classroom test, right? Classroom test. Classroom test will cover this topic up to here, right? මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ද එනකම් 7th week එකට වෙනකම් ඔයාලා ඉගෙන ගත්ත දේවල් තමයි classroom test එකේදී check කරන්නේ, right? Classroom test, most probably you may have MCQ type questions and true and false questions and short answer questions, right? එතකොට ඔයාලා classroom test එකේ test කරන්න පුළුවන් MCQ type question තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, හරි, true and false question තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් short answers ගණන් හදලා දාන්න තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? Anyhow, we hope to arrange a classroom test via online at the 2nd day of 7 week, right? 7 week. After discussing all the topic, you may have a classroom test, right? Then finally, you can see here group assignment submission, right? At the 10th week, at the end of 10th week, you have to submit your group assignment, right? Group assignment, right? Then definitely, I hope to publish your assessment mark before the examination, right? I have time to the mark your assessment, right? Then you have to submit your group assignment at the end of 10th week. Definitely 12th week, at the end of 12th week, I will announce or publish your marks at the LMS, right? LMS. Then you can evaluate your performance, how much you have earned out of 30, right? Out of 30. Is that clear? Is this schedule clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Then
Yes, sir.
actually course outline or course content we are going to discuss with you, and this is the brief summary of your course, right? Brief summary of your course, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, sure, you can.
It's about the notes that you're gonna upload to the LMS. Will they be in the LMS for a week or two, or through the whole semester?
I couldn't get you. It means I couldn't get your question for that. I think you asked whether I am uploading all the materials to the LMS at once.
No, I mean, will they be in the LMS for a specific time? I mean, or
No, you can
access? We can access them through the whole semester, right?
yes, whole semester.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You can download anytime, you can access to the LMS anytime and download all the materials, right?
Okay,
You can have access. Yes, great.
thank you.
Right? If you have any question like that, you can ask now, right? Great. Any questions up to here? Then we can move to the lessons today. So far I have discussed course content. Yes, let's start the session. Yes, today we are going to discuss the brief overview of financial accounting, right? Basic things regarding the financial account, right? අපි දල විශ්ලේෂණයක් කරන්න යනවා මොකක්ද මේ මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරණය කියන්නේ කියන එක පිළිබඳව. So first introduce myself. I'm Chairman Vijay Kumar, Nishant Vijay Kumar. Normally students are calling as Nishant. So lecturer attached to the Department of Accountancy and Finance, Faculty of Management Studies, right? So I'm from Accountancy and Finance Department, but I'm conducting for you. I'm really encouraged to conduct with lectures for you. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts related to the financial accounting subject, you can contact me, right? Yes. Yes, these are the intended learning objectives, right? Definitely, if you enter to the course, we will discuss lessons day by day. At each lesson, you will have intended learning objectives. Intended learning objectives means what we are going to achieve and what I am going to conduct with you, right? ඔයාලට හැම lesson එකේදී මෙන්න මේ intended learning objectives තියෙනවා. The intended learning objectives කියලා කියන්නේ lessons අවසානයේදී මොනවද බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ, right? So intended learning objectives means the brief summary of this lesson, right? These are the summary, or these are the objectives, these are the achievement that I expect at the end of this chapter, right? මේ chapter එක අවසානයේදී මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන දේවල් මොනවද? ඔයාට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ මොනවද? Right? Intended learning objectives. So at the end of this chapter, you should be able to explain the meaning of accounting, right? You may have a chance, or you may have the clear idea about the meaning of accounting, right? Accounting ki ගිණුම් කරන්නේ කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක පැහැදිලි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Then after, identify the role of financial accounting. Then you should have the idea about the role of financial accounting. මොන වගේ role එකක්ද මේ accounting financial accounting එක play කරන්නේ, right? So then third objective, differentiate between financial and management accounting, right? So I hope to discuss the difference between the financial and management accounting, right? So finally, so fourth one, describe users and type of accounting, right? Who are the users and what kind of types of accounting we can available, right? So then finally, I discuss with you the basic accounting concept. Then you can identify the basic accounting concept. These are the intended learning objectives that we are going to cover with today's lessons, right? Yes. Then My first question, this is your very first day and you have learned accounting and you have earned highest grade for the financial accounting or accounting at the A-level examinations. Sometimes you may have earned A grade for the financial accounting, sometimes you may have earned B grade, at least A or B you have earned. So using that particular knowledge, is anyone, I think, yes. Please give me a definitions for the accounting. What is accounting? According to your memory or accounting, your understanding, what is your account? What is accounting? මොකක්ද ගෙනුම් කරණය කියලා කියන්නේ? I think you will have the clear idea about the accounting. Just I asked the question, right? What is accounting? මොකක්ද ගෙනුම් කරණය කියලා? Yes, Anushka. What is accounting? No idea?
Submitting documents for users.
Sorry?
Submit useful documents for users.
Yes, some part is correct. Submit document for the users. What kind of documents? Accounting. So I have received one response. Let me see. Accounting is process of clarifying. What purpose?
Accounting is the process of classifying, analyzing, and interpreting of useful information for the users to make appropriate decisions.
Yes, that is the good definition. Yes, that is correct. Finally, accounting should support for what? Decision making, right? Decision making, right? Decision making. That is the main thing behind the accounting, right? For that, we need to prepare, we need to summarize, we need to clarify, and we need to process the information, financial information for what? To take or to make decision, right? Counting there is a process, right? Like other subject or management, there is a process, right? For the accounting as well. Here I have selected key definitions, right? So you can see here. First I selected, that is very good, that is why I selected American Accounting Association. They define accounting is the process of identifying, measuring, and communicating economic information to permit informed judgment and decisions by the users of information. Right? As I mentioned you earlier, accounting is a process. Accounting kriyavaliya, right? So what kind of process is there? Process mean the process of identifying and measuring and communicating economic information. Economic information, that is the key word here. Economic information. Yes, I have received many responses. Thank you very much. You all are correct because you have clear understanding about the accounting, right? So thank you. So accounting is the process of identifying, measuring, and communicating economic information. ආර්ථික තොරතුරු හඳුනා ගන්නවා, මනිනවා, හා sannivedanaය basically. කිරීමේ ක්‍රියාවලිය. For what? To get an informed judgment and decision by the users of that information. Users ලාට අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා ඒ තොරතුරු පාවිච්චි කරලා decision එකක් ගන්න. නැත්නම් judgment එකක් දෙන්න. Right? That is the definitions, the general definitions defined by the American Accounting Association. Accounting is the process of identifying, measuring, and communicating of economic information. For what? To take a decisions, right? Then you have to, now you can draft, you can design the summary or the note. How do we define accounting term? Yes. So say that accounting is a process. There should be a process. Process consists of identifying, measuring, and communicating. Which kind of things we need to identify, which kind of thing we need to measure, and which kind of thing we need to communicate. Definitely information, that information should economic information. We cannot use each and every information, right? Here we highlight the word economic information, right? For what? Decision making process, right? This is the first definition. Then second definition, again I have selected American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, AICPA. They define accounting is the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, transactions, and events which are in part at least of a financial characters and interpreting results there. Here also, they are also mentioning accounting is art of recording, art of classifying, art of summarizing in a significant way, right? That is the key word. What kind of thing we are significantly record? Transactions and event. That transactions and event should denoted by money, right? And also at least those transactions and event should represent financial characters and interpreting the results. So the American Institute of Certified Public Accountant කියනවා මේ accounting කියලා කියන්නේ මූල්‍ය ගනුදෙනු හා සිද්ධි හා සම්බන්ධ ගත්තාම ඒ ගනුදෙනු හා සිද්ධි මූල්‍යම financial character වලින් represent කරන ඒක results interpret කරන්න පුළුවන් වාර්තා කිරීමේ හඳුනා ගැනීමේ හා සාරාංශගත කිරීමේ කලාවක් කියලා, right? Then generally we can, I have defined, or I have highlight here definitions using different perspectives or definition. I have developed one definitions. Accounting is the process. Anyhow, please keep in mind, accounting is the process. Like other subject, there is a process. Input, output, and input, process, and output. There is a process, right? First, we need to record or identify the transactions and even then after we have to convert those information into those data into information. Then there is a process. අනිවාර්යෙන් accounting වල ක්‍රියාවලියක් තියෙනවා. Right? So accounting is the process of providing relevant economic information to the concerned stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Concerned stakeholders. Stakeholders means the parties, those who are looking at the organization, for what? To enable them to make appropriate decisions, right? Then accounting we can define or we can summarize as a process of providing relevant economic information. අදාළ තොරතුරු සැපීමේ ක්‍රියාවලිය කාටද? Concerned stakeholders. තොරතුරු බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් concern වෙලා ඉන්නේ ඒ අපේක්ෂාවෙන් ඉන්න stakeholders ලට ඇල්මැති පාර්ශ්වය. මොකටද අපි යාලට දෙන්නේ? To enable them to make appropriate decisions. එයාලට හරි තීරණයක් ගන්න අවස්ථාව උදා කරනවා. That is the general definition. Accounting is a process of providing relevant economic information to the stakeholders for what? To take a decisions making, right? Then you can highlight 3 key terms. First one, process of providing information. Process of providing relevant economic information. First one. To whom? Concerned stakeholders. This is the second thing. Third point, what? Make appropriate decision making. Right? Make appropriate decision making. That is third point. Then just you can raise your definition, right? There are 3 components here. You can see process of providing relevant economic information and for to whom? Concerned stakeholders, and for what? Make appropriate decision. Right? This is the general definition of the financial account. Oh, sorry, accounting, right? Accounting. Is that clear? Note down these 3 terms, 3 key terms. Then you can get clear understanding about the accounting. Right? Now you have the idea about the accounting and concept, what I am saying now. But the thing is, some key terms, some English word you are not familiar with you so far. That is the issue now you have, right? Then important thing need to highlight and need to read out again and again the important keyword, right? Is that clear? I think this part is very familiar for you and you have learned already. Then this is clear. Let's move to the objective and needs of accounting. Why we are using accounting concept? What are the requirements? Why we are what is the essence of accounting? ඇයි අපි මොකද්ද මේ ගිණුම් කරන්නේ අරමුණ? Objectives and needs, අවශ්‍යතාවය. Objective and needs of accounting. What kind of objectives we have when you are using accounting? You can see here. This is also very similar to the definition, accounting definition. Accounting definition එකටම සමානයි. බලන්න. Communicating economic information about the entity that will enable interested stakeholders to take decision based on such information, right? So in accounting aspect, we are collecting data related to the accounting or financial characters. We are collecting and we are classifying and we are recognizing the financial reporting data, right? Finally, collected data we need to communicate for the external parties, communicate to the stakeholders. ගිණුම් කරන්නේ තොරතුරු එකතු කරනවා, ඒවා වර්ග කරනවා, වාර්තා කරනවා, සාරාංශ කරනවා. සාරාංශ කළ අර්ථය මොකද්ද බලන්න. අපි ඒක පොත්වල තියලා හැම පැත්තක තියලා තියෙන එක නෑ. We need to communicate those economic informations to the stakeholders, නේ? Interested stakeholders. ඒවා පිළිබඳ ඇල්මක් දක්වන ඇල්මැති පාර්ශවයන්. මොකටද අපි ෂෙයා කරන්නේ? නේ? We are preparing a profit and loss account. We are preparing profit and loss account. What is the purpose of preparing profit and loss account? Anyone, please let me know. What is the main purpose of preparing profit and loss? ඇයි අපි ලාභ නැත්නම් ආදායම් ප්‍රකාශනයක් පිළියෙල කරන්නේ? What is the main or purpose of preparing income statement?
To identify the financial performance at the end.
Yes, great. We need to identify the financial performance. We need to identify the financial performance. Then, as an accountant, finance management, they identify the financial performance. Then, after they need to communicate to the interested stakeholders, communicate to the interested stakeholders, because stakeholders are looking those information. Potential investors are looking whether the company is going well or not. They are hope to invest that company. Therefore, if accountant or finance manager calculate the financial performance of the company, they need to communicate those economic informations to the interested stakeholders. For what? To take a decision, right? Then this is the main objective or need of accounting, right? This is the reasons to raise the accounting concept. මෙන්න මේක තමයි අරමුණ accounting නැත්නම් ගිණුම් කරණය කියන එකේ විෂය මතුවේ. Right? So then you can see the users of accounting information. Users of accounting information. Who are the users? කවුද මේ accounting information පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ? කාටද මේවා වැදගත් වෙන්නේ? Who are the users of accounting information? What kind of information they require? What kind of important or benefits they have by using accounting information, right? Then you can see here users of accounting information. First, interested stakeholders. Who is this? Owners, අයිතිකාරයෝ. Why they need accounting information? Why they need? Owners mean what? Who is the owners? They are the owners of that particular organization, right? Because they have invested money to the particular organization and they are monitoring the organization activities. Owners ලා කියන්නේ අයිතිකාරයෝ. ඒ අයිතිකාරයෝ ව්‍යාපාරට මුදල් ආයෝජනය කරලා ව්‍යාපාර කටයුතු කරගෙන යනවා. සේවකයෝ යොදවලා ව්‍යාපාර කටයුතු කරගෙන යනවා. I have already uploaded Puta. This PPT I have already uploaded to the LMS, right? Yesterday I have uploaded a PPT as well as the what we call course outline. I have uploaded. I think the PPT and course outline also available in the LMS already. Couldn't you get it? Normally we are uploading all the materials before the lectures, right? Before the lectures. Today I upload Thursday lectures today or tomorrow morning. I will upload Thursday lecture material. So then you can download and you can refer and note down very important things, right? Yes. Then owners are expecting what kind of things happening in the organization. Okay? Then first interested stakeholders I have taken here, owners. I think what kind of information they require. First thing you can see, has a satisfactory profit being made in accordance with the investment. As I mentioned earlier, owners are the persons who have invested in the particular organization. Then they need to know whether the company is having satisfactory profit according to with investment. එයාලා දැනගන්න ඕනේ තෘප්තිමත් ලාභයක් එයා ආයෝජනය කරපු ආයෝජනයට සාපේක්ෂව තෘප්තිමත් ලාභයක් තියනවද කියන එක. නේ. ඒකට ඒක බලා ගන්න මොකක්ද අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ? They need to have information. That is why accounting information is raised, right? අපි හිතමුකෝ if let's assume investor invests 100,000 to the particular organization, then they are looking what they are engaged in some activities, but all activities are handled by the managers, right? Finally, the stakeholders are expecting what kind of financial performance is they are in the organization. Then at the year end, manager says that financial performance is or profit for the year is 1,000, right? Then owners may be demotivated. Owners කෙනෙක් ලක්ෂයක් ආයෝජනය කළ ව්‍යාපාරයකට කළමනාකරුවොත් දාලා අවුරුද්දක් අවසානයේ රුපියල් 1000ක ලාභයක් නම් තියෙන්නේ, they may be demotivated, right? Then they need to know whether the company is having satisfactory profit or not according to their investment. එයා දාපු ආයෝජන සාපේක්ෂව තෘප්තිමත් ලාභයක් තියෙනවා කියලා බලා ගන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැතු වුණොත් පුළුවන් එයාට පාඩු ලැබෙනවා නම් ඒ ව්‍යාපාරයෙන් එයාට අයින් වෙන්න. නේ. ඒකට ඒක මැනගන්න, ඒක බලා ගන්න මොකක්ද අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ? තොරතුර මෙන්න මේ accounting information, right? So then second thing, should further investment be made? නේ. Then owner can understand whether there is a satisfactory profit or not. If there is a satisfactory profit, owner can continue their investment. Otherwise, owner can discontinue their investment. නේ. තෘප්තිමත් ලාභයක් නැත්නම් ඕනට පුළුවන් මේක නතර කරලා දාන්න. නැත්නම් එයා අපේක්ෂා කරන ලාභයක් තියෙනවා. එයාට ඒක කන්ටිනියු කරන්න පුළුවන්. right? Then these informations are needed for the owners. Then they can take decision based on that information. නේ. මේක තමයි දෙන information එක. ඒකෙන් පුළුවන් එයාට මේ investment එකේ ඉන්නවද නැද්ද කියන එක තීරණය කරන්න. right? So that is very important. Then owner can understand the situation of the company, whether the company is having satisfactory profit or not. Clear? Then second point, management. කළමනාකාර. You know, management are the persons, those who are monitoring or implementing decision in the organization. Owners are the investors and they are providing funds for the organizations and they recruited managers. Then managers have responsibility to maintain and manage and implement decisions to success the organization, right? So management, what kind? Management also the stakeholders. What kind of information required for the management? Right? They should have information to check what are plans being implemented appropriately. As I mentioned earlier, managers are the persons, those who are applying and those who are implementing plans for the organization. Managers කල්පනාකරුවරු තමයි ව්‍යාපාරයේ තීරණ ගන්නේ. නේ. ව්‍යාපාරයට අරමුදල් අයිතිකරුවන්ගෙන් හම්බෙන අරමුදල් ආයෝජනය කරන්නේ. නේ. ඒකට සැලසුම් සකස් කරන්නේ. ඒ සැලසුම් නිවැරදිව නැත්නම් appropriate සුදුසු විදියට ඒක implement වුණාද කියන එක බලා ගන්න මෙයාලට management එකට තොරතුරු අවශ්‍යයි. So then after, what are the necessary plan or decision for future development? Based on that, what kind of actions they should take for the future development. එතකොට දැනට තියෙන plan එකේ කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැත්තම් එයාලට පුළුවන් ඒ plan එකට තව පොඩි amendment කරලා ඒකම continue කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්තම් plan එක success නැතිනම් they have power or responsibility to revise the decisions or plan for future development නේ. ඒකට ඒකටත් එයාට තොරතුරු ඕනේ නේ. Financial information නැත්තම් එයාලා decide කරන්න බෑ. Right? So then management also they are also having a requirement of accounting information, right? Then third party employees, these are the key term for the organization, right? There are all parties are very essential for the organization to run the business, but employees are also the key party. They need to know based on the financial information or accounting information, is there stability of employment. They can measure if company is earning loss in a situation of loss, then employee can understand the company is maybe going down in future. Then there is no any security in the employment. Company profit na alabana labane. එයාට පුළුවන් දැනගන්න මේ කම්පැනි ඉඳලා තවත් තොරතුරක් හරියන්නේ නැහැ. නේ මට ස්ටැබිලිටි එකක් නැහැ මගේ එම්ප්ලොයිමන්ට් එකේ. ඒකට එයාට මොකද හිතෙන්නේ? එයා මොකද්ද කරන්නේ? එයාට පුළුවන් ඒ කම්පැනි එක අයින් වෙලා යන්න. නේ ඒකට ඒක කොතනින්ද බලාගන්නේ? නේ employee can check the information by looking the financial information. Then they can decide whether the company is not going well or not. Then employee can change their decision, right? Sometimes if company is giving more benefited for the employee, means employee can retain in the organization, right? Then is the business able to increase wages or salaries, right? You know, owners are always expecting to maximize the profit. හැම වෙලේම ඕන අපේක්ෂා කරන්නේ profit එක maximize කරගන්න. Managers are always trying to take good and perfect decisions and the improvement of the organization. Based on that, their movement also decide, right? Then employees are always thinking to increase their wages and salaries and good environment, right? So then employee need to measure is their stability of employment. එයාගේ තියෙන employment එක එයාට establish එකක් තියෙනවද? ඒ කියන්නේ ස්ථාවරත්වයක් තියෙනවද? ඒක රැකියාව ස්ථාවරත්වයක් තියෙනවද? නැත්නම් ඒක හරහා එයාලට salary වැඩි කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒවා තමයි එයාලා බලන්නේ. So then accounting informations are very essential for the employees as well, right? Is this clear? Any doubt you can ask anytime, right? You can disturb for me anytime, right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. Yes, then continue. Interested stakeholders, government. This is the topic actually we are currently more concerned about the government, right? Interested stakeholders, right? Government is the main place where the business organizations are accountable, right? For what? The main income of the government is what? Tax income. Then government charge tax based on the financial figures, right? Based on the financial figures. Then what kind of information they required? Actually, they need financial figure, the profit and the depreciation charges and property, plant and equipment. Likewise, they need more information because they are charging tax on the income, right? Then what kind of information they are requirement? Information requirement, you can see, are tax being received on due dates. Government එකට දැනගන්න ඕනි හරි දවසට මෙයාලා tax එක ගෙවනවද? Are relevant reports submitted to the appropriate entities? Whether the company is submitting relevant report to the appropriate entities. හරියට reports එක submit කරනවා. And also, are quality goods available at the reasonable price? In these days, government can't check those kind of things. Whether the company is providing quality goods at reasonable price. You know the current situation. දැන් මේ කාලේ හරි ගුණාත්මක භාණ්ඩ සපයනවාද reasonable price එකකට දෙනවද කියන එක government එකකට ප්‍රශ්නයක්, right? එතකොට නමුත් ව්‍යාපාරයක් විදිහට කරගෙන යද්දී government එකට ඒ තොරතුරුත් අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. Because in current situations, the decisions are taken by the businessman rather than getting government. Government එක ගන්නවා වෙනකොට මොකද කරන්නේ? දැන් businessman ලා ගත්තට මෙන්න මේ තොරතුරු ටික අරගෙන තියෙනවා. These are the things actually why government need this information, right? They need to consider, they need to measure whether the company is paying their tax on due dates නේ හරි දවසට බද්ද ගෙවනවද කියලා බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ relevant report submit කරන whether the company is submitting relevant report to the appropriate entities. Normally income tax institute as their internal revenue. And finally the company is maintaining or providing good quality goods available at the reasonable price, whether the business providing quality goods at reasonable price. Then those the financial figures are needed for the government to check whether those important things, right? So customers. Then fifth one, customers. Customers are also a very essential part of the business organization. You know, customers are the main factors that determine the organization future. පාරිභෝගිකයෝ කියලා කියන්නේ සම ආයතනයක නැත්නම් ව්‍යාපාරයක අනාගතයේ තීරණය කරන ෆැක්ටර් එක, right? Then government, owners, managers, government and employees, everything will depend on customers නේ. රජයට බදු ගෙවන්නත් ව්‍යාපාරයට ආදායම ඕනේ. සේවකයන්ට ව්‍යාපාරය ඇඳී සිටින්නත් ආදායම ඕනේ. කළමනාකරුවන්ට plan implement කරලා profit එක වැඩි කරන්නත් ආදායමක් ඕනේ. අයිතිකරුවන්ට ව්‍යාපාරයට ආයෝජනය කරලා profit උපයන්න ආදායමක් ඕනේ. එතකොට මේවා එන්නේ කොතනින්ද? customer, පාරිභෝගිකයෝ. Customers are the main determinant factors for each and every organization. අපි දන්නවා customer කියලා කියන්නේ main determinant එක. Why we are saying so? Because you know the all parties are looking at the customer's behavior. If customers are asking for good more and more, definitely that business organization may have earned higher profit. customer ගේ ලොකු ඉල්ලුමක් තියෙනවා නම් ව්‍යාපාරයට අර පාර්ශ්ව හතරම තෘප්තිමත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. But customers are required information. They are also the information. They also need the information. What kind of information they need? A good quality product provided at reasonable price නේ. සාධාරණ price එකකට හොඳ භාණ්ඩ සපයනවාද කියලා customers ලා හැම වෙලේම බලනවා නේ. Then they check SLS or and what kind of standard the brand name, likewise they are checking many things, right? Then after, does the organization have reputations? hari ප්‍රසිද්ධියක් තියෙනවද organization එකට? ඒකට ඒ දේවල් customers ලා බලනවා. ඒ information customers ලාට අවශ්‍යයි. ඒකට මේ හැමදේම තියෙනවා නම් customers motivate වෙනවා. ඒකට ඒ information ගන්න තියෙන්නේ අර financial figures හරහා. Then final, creditors and lending institutions. Those are the external parties. They are providing funds for the organizations to maintain the activities smoothly. ණය හිමියෝ හා ණය දෙන ආයතන. ඒවත් අපිට stakeholders ලා. අපි ව්‍යාපාරයක් නම් as let's assume we are in business, then we should have a fund to take to run the business activities smoothly. Then there are three parties. We can earn fund, owners, creditors and lenders, right? Then they should have a informations requirement. Can the money lend be recovered? මේ දෙන සල්ලි ටික ආයෙ recover කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Then after, is it visible to extend further credit or loan? If you are not if they are the organizations not paying the money in due date, then creditors or lenders organization decide whether the further credit or further credits are allowed or not. මෙයාලා හරියට ණය ගෙවන්නේ නැත්තම් එයාලට පුළුවන් මේකෙන් අයින් වෙන්න නේ. එයාලට ණය නොදී. Right? For that they may have a information. They should have the correct informations regarding the business. Right? These are the actually stakeholders and the information required, right? There are 6 parties you can see now, right? Owners, management and employees, and government and customers and creditors and lending institutions, right? So I have one questions, right? I have one questions. By looking this information, I just raise that questions. So you are normally preparing profit and loss account, income statement. For what? One student mentioned that to measure the financial performance. අපි income statement එකයි prepare කරන්නේ financial performance නැත්තම් මූල්‍ය කාර්ය සාධනය මනින්න කියලා එක student කෙනෙක් කිව්වා. Yes, correct. Then why we are preparing financial position? Why we are preparing financial position? Any student? Why we are preparing financial position? Student, why we are preparing financial position?
To measure the financial position.
Yes, great. What is mean by financial position? Yes, your answers very. I appreciate you, Buddha. Correct. What is mean by financial position? No problem, right?
Assets, liability, and equity.
Yes, assets, liability, and equity. Yes, good. Then my question is not what is the purpose of preparing financial position? Yes, you have given the answer, correct answers. My question is, all of you, if you preparing a financial position, you are trying to balance assets figure and equity and liability figure. No, financial position එක පිළියෙල කරද්දී අපේක්ෂා කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? වත්කම් පැත්තේ තියෙන ටිකයි වගකීම් හා ඉක්විටි ටිකයි balance කරන්න. නේ? That is the main thing in your target rather than looking purpose, right? Why is that? You are trying to balance financial positions. It means assets figure. You are trying to balance assets into equity and liability. Why is that? Why is that? Any idea? Any volunteer, you can get the chance. Sometimes answers may be wrong. So anyhow, please get a chance. Just take a chance and explain why it is. You can use English or English, right? අපි මේ වත්කම් හිමිකම් හා liabilities වල එකතුවට වගකීම් වල එකතුවට balance කරන්න හදන්නේ. මොකක්ද ඒක දැන් මෙච්චර කාලයක් අපි නැත්තම් මේක අපි balance කරන්න ඕන නිසා balance කරනවා කියන අදහසින් ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඇයි ඒක හේතුව? What is the main purpose to create such equation? Yes, I'm saying to know the financial position for the specific period of time. Correct. The main purpose is correct, right? To make a decision. Yes, correct. I ask, why assets equal to equity and liabilities? අපි මේක වත්කම් සමානයි හිමිකම් හා liabilities කියලා ගන්න. නැත්නම් අපිට වෙන එලිමන්ට් දෙකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් මෙතන equity සමානයි assets and liabilities කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. equity සමානයි අපි එහෙම කියනකොට කවදාවත් නැහැ නේ. equity සමානයි assets plus liabilities. ඔහොම කියන්න පුළුවන්. Yes, one is to I have received the answers, but partially correct. Assets can pay off liabilities. Yes, correct. But my question is, why we are developing this kind of equation? What is the essence of it? We can develop equity equal liabilities plus assets, or we can develop assets plus equity equal liabilities. But we are not developing. That's a rationale. Why we are developing assets equal? මේ equation එක අපි මෙතන tally කරන්නේ. මේක තමයි equation එක. මේ equation එක අපි tally කරනවා. assets part එක මෙතන පෙන්නනවා, equity එක මෙතන පෙන්නනවා. Equity and liabilities. Then we are telling these things. Yes, yes. ඔයාලා සිංහලෙන් කියනවා කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ඔයාලා සිංහලෙන් කියන්න පුළුවන්. ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තර දෙන්න පුළුවන්. right? ඇයි අපි මේ වත්කම් සමානයි හිමිකම් දන වගකීම් කියලා කියන්නේ? වත්කම් සමානයි හිමිකම් දන වගකීම් කියලා කියන්නේ ඇයි? දැන් ඔයාලන් හදිසියවත් කරලා ඇහුවොත් එimhe මූල්‍ය තත්ත්ව ප්‍රකාශනය පිළියෙල කරන මෙන්න ෆයිනෑන්ෂල් පොසිෂන් එක පිළියෙල කරනවා. ඒකට ඇයි මේ ෆයිනෑන්ෂල් පොසිෂන් පිළියෙල කරන්නේ? ඔයාලා කියනවා මූල්‍ය තත්ත්වය නැත්නම් finance to measure the financial position of the company. We are preparing financial position. Right? Yes, correct. That is purpose. The main purpose is achieved. But thing is, එයා ඇහුවොත් එimhe ඇයි මේ වත්කම් උඩට දාලා මේ වගකීම් ටිකයි හිමිකම් ටිකයි මෙතෙන්ට දාලා ඇයි මෙහෙම බැලන්ස් කරන්නේ? ඇයි මෙතෙන්ට බැරිද? හිමිකම් උඩින් දාලා වත්කම් ටික යටින් දාලා වගකීම් එක දාලා බැලන්ස් කරන්නේ? Such kind of questions may sometimes ask. What is the main thing? Yes, I have received the answers. Some are correct. But still I have not received the perfect answer.
ව්‍යාපාරයේ තියෙන වත්කම් වලින් ව්‍යාපාරයේ තියෙන ණය සහ හිමිකරුවන්ට කොපමණ ප්‍රමාණයක් බෙදා හරින්න පුළුවන්ද කියන එක බලන්න.
Yes, the part is correct පුතා. ඔයාගේ උත්තරෙන් භාගයක් හරි. But මෙහෙම ප්‍රශ්නයක් આવොත් එතකොට කොපමණ ප්‍රමාණයක් බෙදා හරින්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා බලන්න. Actually I appreciate your attempt පුතා. මේ අවස්ථාව ගන්න මම appreciate කරනවා. මම අහන දැන් ප්‍රශ්නයක්. දැන් ඔබ ඒක කරන්නේ ණය හා හිමිකරුවන්ට කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් ගෙවන්න තියෙනවද කියලා බලා ගන්න. එතකොට ඒක බැලන්ස්ම වෙන්නේ. හදිසි අතිරික්තයක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක අපි බැලන්ස් කරන්න තුලනය කරන්න මදන්න. මගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ පැහැදිලි කියලා මම හිතනවා. මගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි sorry
තමක් කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යෙන් වගකීමක් හරි එකමක් හරි වෙනින්ද?
I couldn't get.
company stable එකට ඉන්නවද කියලා බලන්න.
Yes, yes, that is the main purpose. You are correct. My question is not the purpose of preparing financial position. My question is what you know we are entering in. Firstly, we entered the assets, right? Then after the second part, we represent equity and liabilities. අපි පළවෙනි කොටසේ assets කියන එක ඇල්ල දාලා යටින් දානවා equity and liabilities. ඊට පස්සේ මොකද කරන්නේ? මේ assets part එකයි මේ equity part එක තමයි balance කරන්න හදන්නේ. right? ඇයි අපි assets උඩින් දාලා equity and liabilities මෙහෙම දාන්නේ යටින් දාලා? ඒ දෙක balance කරන්න. මේ purpose is correct.
Because of the entity concept.
Sorry?
ව්‍යාපාරයේ වත්කම් හැම වෙලේම අයිතිකරුගේ හිමිකමටයි වගකීම් වලටයි සමාන වෙන නිසා.
Yes, I have received one. Your explanation also somewhat correct, Puta. I have received one response. I will announce you. ව්‍යාපාරික වත්කම් ගොඩනගන්නේ හිමිකම් හා වගකීම් මත නිසා. එකක් හම්බෙලා තියෙනවා. Assets is meant to be what we are getting from outside and what we already have. Yes, correct. කෙනෙක් කියලා තියෙන සියලු වත්කම් ලබාගෙන තියෙන අයිතිකරුවන් යදු හිමිකම් වලින් සහ ණය ප්‍රාග්ධනය තුලින් නිසා. Yes, correct. Business එක පෙන්වන අනාගතයක් දක්වා පවත්වාගෙන යන බව උපකල්පනය කරන නිසා. වත්කම් බිහිවන්නේ හිමිකම් හා වගකීම් වලින්. මට හම්බෙලා තියෙන correct answer. ඇයි අපි මේ වගේ why we are developing such kind of equations? Assets equal equity and liabilities. You know, most of the organization they raise fund from which source? Equity and liabilities. ආයතනයක් ෆන්ඩ් කොහෙන්ද හදාගන්නේ? ආයතනයකට සල්ලි කොහෙන්ද හම්බ වෙන්නේ? එක්ක අයිතිකරු ආයෝජනය කරොත් නේ. How the organization found the fund? Where the organization find the funds? What are the sources? එක්ක අයිතිකරු ආයෝජනය කරන්නේ. If investor invests for the particular investment, or they can have a chance to get goods at credit basis. They can take a loan. එතකොට ආයතනයකට මුදල් හම්බ වෙන නැත්නම් ආයතනයකට බාහිරින් සල්ලි හම්බ වෙන ක්‍රම තුනයි තියෙන්නේ. එකක් තමයි equity. අයිතිකරු ආයෝජනය. Then second component non-current liabilities. The organization can take loan from the bank, right? then they can earn fund. They can raise fund. Then final part, they can take goods or services under the credit basis. ණයට යාලට බාණ්ඩ ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතකොට ඔය තුනට තමයි ව්‍යාපාරයට යම් දෙයක් ගලාගෙන එන්නේ. Fund and resources. That is why that part we should record here. ඔය services ටිකෙන් තමයි අපිට හම්බ වෙන්නේ. ඒකයි අපි මේක මෙතන equity and liabilities කියලා දාන්නේ. එතකොට assets කියලා දාන්නේ මොකද්ද? අර හම්බ කරගත්ත fund එක නැත්නම් raise වෙච්ච fund එක where we invest. නේ? Equity represent the owners. Owners are finding and investing funds and they providing funds to the managers. නේ? අපි ලොකු ව්‍යාපාරයක් ගත්තොත් එimhe අයිතිකරු fund දෙනවා manager. Manager තමයි සම්පූර්ණ මේක utilize කරන්නේ. නේ? Managers are utilizing fund for the business organizations and managers can take loan from the outside and again they have invest in another particular investment. නේ? එතකොට managers ලා මොකද කරන්නේ? අයිතිකරුවන්ගෙන් fund ගන්නවා, external parties වලින් fund ගන්නවා. එයා සල්ලි ගන්නවා ඊට පස්සේ. අරගෙන ඉවරලා මොකද කරන්නේ? එයාලා ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරනවා. මෙන්න මේ ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් තමයි මේ පැත්ත පෙන්නන්නේ. එතකොට ෆයිනෑන්ෂල් පොසිෂන් එකේ ඉක්විටි and liability වලින් පෙන්නන්නේ මොකද්ද? How to raise fund. What are the sources of raising fund? Then assets value එකේ මොකද පෙන්නන්නේ? Where they invest the collected fund. එකතු කරගත්ත fund කොහෙද ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරලා තියෙන්නේ? එතකොට අනිවාර්යෙන්ම දැන් තියෙන්නේ ඉපේ. එයා ගත්ත fund කොහේ හරි තැනක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි මේ හැම වෙලේම අපි තුලනය කරන්නේ. Right? ලංකාවට වෙලා තියෙන තේ කියන්නේ ගත්ත ෆන්ඩ් ටික කොහෙද මේ ඉන්වෙස්ට් වෙලා තියෙන කී ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. Right? That is the main purpose to develop such kind of equation. Right? So if someone asks questions why we are preparing financial position, yes, answer is to measure the stability, financial stability. Then sometimes some students, those who have not learned commerce, they may have a questions. Then if we preparing financial position to measure the financial stability, why we are taking assets in firstly and under second part we are entering equity and liability. What is the purpose of that? Just we can enter the equity and assets now. Like additional questions may be there. So at that point you can have the understanding what is the rationale to include those information in such order. Is that clear? So equity and liability represent what? Where the company or business raise fund. Assets represent where they invested collected funds. මේ පැත්ත පෙන්නන්නේ මොකද්ද? fund raise කරගත්ත විදිය. මේ පැත්ත පෙන්නන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඒ raise කරපු fund invest කරපු විදිය. Is that clear? If you have any
Yes,
question
sir.
you can ask.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear, ne? Yes. Then let's move to the type of accounting. Type of accounting. Actually, there are two types. You have already learned those types actually. So left side you can see the financial accounting. මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරන. Right? So right side management accounting. Management accounting. කළමනාකරණ ගිණුම් කරන. So there are two types of accounting available. You can see, you can already have learned. So financial accounting means what? And management accounting mean what? I will explain with you. Right? So firstly, මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරන්නේ. So financial accounting, preparation of information about the past transactions of an entity in a manner that will enable external persons to make decisions. Right? So under the financial accounting, we need to have past transactions of the information, past transactions of the entity. අතීත තොරතුරු, අතීත ගනුදෙනු නැත්නම් පහුගිය ගනුදෙනු, ආයතනයේ සිද්ධ කරපු පහුගිය ගනුදෙනු පදනම් කරගෙන අපි තොරතුරු සකස් කරනවා. මූල්‍ය ප්‍රකාශන සකස් කරනවා. That things enable what? External persons to make a decision. Right? So the financial accounting තොරතුරු මොකද්ද කියන්නේ? අතීත ගනුදෙනු නැත්නම් අතීත සිද්ධීන් පාවිච්චි කරන තොරතුරු පාවිච්චි කරලා මූල්‍ය ප්‍රකාශන පිළියෙල කරනවා. ඒවා කාටද වැදගත් වෙන්නේ? External parties. බාහිර පාර්ශ්වයන්. For what? To make decision. To make decision. So when it's come to the management accounting that you have learned already, but I explained, but management accounting information. Management accounting, කළමනාකරණ ගිණුම්. This is internal accounting practices, right? We are not providing information to the external parties, right? Management එක නැත්නම් කළමනාකරණ ගිණුම් කරණය ආයතන ඇතුලේ internal purpose වලට තමයි අපි මූල්‍ය ප්‍රකාශන ප්‍රකාශන පිළියෙල කරන්නේ. provisions of relevant information that assist all levels of management to plan, control, and make decisions in order to fulfill their responsibilities. Right? So management accounting is concerned about the internal activities, internal plans, internal control for what? To take a decision internally. ආයතනය අභ්‍යන්තරේ තීරණ ගන්න අපි තොරතුරු පාවිච්චි කරනවා, ප්‍රකාශන පිළියෙල කරනවා, බජට් හදනවා නේ. අපි දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට කවදාවත් ආයතනයක තියෙන බජට් එක එක්ස්ටර්නල් පාර්ටි එකට දෙන්නේ නැහැ, right? But financial positions, financial profit and loss, if the company has listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange, they have to publish their financial report in the website, but they are not providing annual budget or the plans to the website නේ. එයාලා කවදාවත් එයාලගේ budget වත් නැත්නම් එයාලගේ plan වත් කවදාවත් ඒවා එළියට දාන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකට management accounting more concerned with the internal purpose, right? මොකද අභ්‍යන්තරයේ දැන ගැනීම පිණිස පමණයි management accounting පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ, right? Yes. Then you can see the difference. Before that, let's take only 5-minute break, otherwise your mind will not be stable, right? So let's take only 5-minute break. Then after we'll discuss and take a drink. Yes. Then you can see the differentiate between financial accounting and management accounting, right? Then you can understand what kind of difference is there. මොන වගේ වෙනස්කමක්ද තියෙන්නේ කියන එක ඔයාලට හඳුනා ගන්න පුළුවන්. මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරණය ගත්තොත් මොකද තියෙන්නේ? management accounting ගත්තොත් මොකද තියෙන්නේ, right? So when it's come to the financial accounting part, you can see here provides information for internal and external users. මොකද්ද? මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරණේ තොරතුරු බාහිර පාර්ශවයන් හා අභ්‍යන්තර පාර්ශවයන් දෙකටම සපයනවා. If we provide information to the external users, obviously we can say internal parties also can access. අපි බාහිර පාර්ශවයන් තොරතුරු දෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ internal පාර්ශවයට කොහොමද ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? එතකොට keep in mind තියාගන්න internal and external users are there. එතකොට මේ සම්පූර්ණ වචනෙම කටපාඩම් කරන්න අවශ්‍යතාවයක් නැහැ. So provide information to the internal and external users. But when it's come to the management accounting, as I mentioned you earlier, information is provided only for internal users, not provided for the external users, right? In management accounting perspectives, they are preparing and they are using information only for internal users. අභ්‍යන්තර users වලට විතරයි. මොකද බාහිර පාර්ශවයන්ට දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ තොරතුරු තමයි යාලගේ සාර්ථකත්වයේ තියෙන්නේ management accounting. කළමනාකරන ගිණුම් කරන. So when it's come to the financial accounting, again, second concept uses historical information. Financial accounting එකෙන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඓතිහාසික තොරතුරු තමයි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. But when it's come to the management accounting, both historical and budgeted information are used. ඓතිහාසික තොරතුරු පාවිච්චි කරනවා, අනාගත පුරෝගතන තොරතුරු පාවිච්චි කරනවා. Right? So again, when it's come to the financial accounting, information is provided for a specific period of time. Financial accounting මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරන්නේ හැම වෙලාවෙම තොරතුරු සපයන්නේ නැහැ. යම් නිශ්චිත කාලච්ඡේදයකට වරක් තමයි තොරතුරු සපයන්නේ. Right? That is another keyword. A specific period of time. Information is provided for a specific period of time. Right? So when it's come to the management accounting, management is not like that. If management required, when required by the management, this information definitely organization has to provide. Right? කළමනාකරන ඉල්ලපු වෙලාවෙදී තොරතුරු සපයන්න වෙනවා. මොකද මේ internal management accounting තොරතුරු තමයි අනාගත ව්‍යාපාරේ plan ටික තියෙන්නේ නේ. සැලසුම් ටික තියෙන්නේ. Then if when management required information, they call information, the organization has to provide the information, relevant information, right? But that is not like financial accounting, right? In here, the final part follows accounting concept, rules and regulations. You know, financial accounting concepts are common for all organizations and they are providing information to the external parties. මූල්‍ය ගිණුම් කරන්නේ තොරතුරු external parties වලට දෙනවා. එතකොට එයාලට external parties දෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ හැමෝටම තියෙනවා. දැන් මගේ organization එකේ A නම් I am in the organization A and one kind of person is conducting organization B, right? We are preparing financial position in different ways. මම හදනවා මට කැමති විදියට මූල්‍ය තත්ත්ව ප්‍රකාශනය, B කියන කම්පැනි හදනවා එයාට කැමති විදියට මූල්‍ය තත්ත්ව ප්‍රකාශනය. එතකොට අපි මේ තොරතුරු දෙන්නේ බාහිර පාර්ශවයන් නම් බාහිර පාර්ශවයන් සංසන්දනය කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? බෑ නේ. එයාලට මේ හරි ෆෝමැට් එකක් නැහැ. එම නිසා in financial accounting, obviously, as I mentioned you earlier, they provide information for the externally, then definitely they have to follow accounting concept, ඉරුම් කරන සංකල්ප නීති හා regulations. එයාලට follow කරන්න වෙනවා. But when it comes to the management accounting concept, rules and regulations are not relevant actually. That is based on the organization requirement. එයාලට මේක format එකක් ඒ ආයතනයේ format එක පවත්වාගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් commonly එහෙම අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Yes. That one also very some, I think you are familiar with this thing because you have already learned. But if you have any question, you can ask, right? Yes. This is the accounting process. This is the accounting process, right? As I mentioned earlier, accounting is a kind of subject that is consists of process. ක්‍රියාවලිය. මොකද්ද ක්‍රියාවලිය? Input, යෙදවුම්, process ක්‍රියාවලිය, output. So what are the input actually when you are using accounting concept? What are the input? Yes, obviously you can say transactions and event. These are the input. ගනුදෙනු හා සිද්ධි. These are the input. So we are convert those transactions and event into output, right? So transactions and event convert into output through a process. මේ transactions and event අපි output නැත්නම් නිමවුමක් බවට පරිවර්තනය කරනවා. මොනවාද නිමවුම විදිහට එන්නේ? Income statement, statement of financial positions, statement of changes in equity, නේ. ආදායම් ප්‍රකාශනය, මූලතත්ත්ව ප්‍රකාශනය, හිමිකම් වෙනස් වීමේ ප්‍රකාශනය, statement of cash flows, මුදල් ප්‍රවාහ ප්‍රකාශනය, accounting policies and note, නේ. ගිණුම් කරන ප්‍රතිපත්තිය සටහන්. These are the output. To get this kind of output, there should be a process. නේ. මේ වගේ output එක අපිට එකපාරම ගන්න බෑනේ. Transactions එක event එකක් අපිට කෙලින්ම දාන්න බෑනේ. So we should have a process. Right? ක්‍රියාවලියක් තියෙනවා. So in this process you can see recording entries into primary books. We need to record in primary books. මූලික ප්‍රයෝගී පොත්වල සටහන් කරන්න ඕනේ. Then posting entries to the ledger account. Ledger account වලට පිටපත් කරන්න ඕනේ. So then after we need to prepare trial balance. ශේෂ පිරික්සම පිළියෙල කරන්න ඕනේ. This is the process. Then after converting transaction and event into this process, organization can generate this output. These are the output: income statement, statement of financial position, statement of changes in equity, cash flows, accounting policies and note, right? This is also very basic thing, you can understand easily, right? Yes. Any doubt up to here? Is this clear, no? Accounting process?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. Then I will explain 3 accounting concepts. Basic account, there are more accounting concepts available in the accounting, but here I explain only the basic accounting concept. මූලික ගිණුම් කරන සංකල්ප 3ක් සාකච්ඡා කරනවා. So first one, business entity concept. ව්‍යාපාර ඒකක සංකල්පය. You know, the business entity concept states that the transactions related to the business must be recorded separately from those its owners, right? The business entity concept stated that the transactions related to the business should be recorded separately, right? It not be including the owners or any other business. අයිතිකරුවන්ගෙන් වෙන් වෙච්ච සුවාදීනව තමයි ව්‍යාපාරයේ ගනුදෙනු තියන්න ඕනේ. ගිණුම් කරන ඒකක ව්‍යාපාර ඒකක සංකල්පයට අනුව. So money measurement concept, මූල්‍ය මිනුම් සංකල්පය. So money measurement concept state that the business should only record. That is the keyword. Business should only record and account in transactions if it can be expressed in terms of money. Otherwise we can't, right? So the business organization should record the counted transactions if it can denote it in terms of money. මුදලින් ප්‍රකාශ කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් මුදලින් express කරන්න පුළුවන් transactions තමයි ව්‍යාපාරය record කරන්න ඕනේ. Then third concept, and very important and very fundamental principles of accounting, accrual concept. උපචිත සංකල්පය. So accrual concept is the most fundamental principles of accounting. This is the most fundamental and most applicable concept in the accounting, right? So it requires recording revenues when they are earned, but not when they are received in cash. What is mean that? We need to record the revenue when they are earned. ආදායම් උපයෝග අවස්ථාව තමයි අපි ආදායම් හඳුනගන්නේ නැතුව මුදලින් හම්බ වෙන අවස්ථාවේ නෙමෙයි. And recording expenses when they are incurred but not when they are paid. අපි උපචිත සංකල්පය අනුව ආවියදම දරපු අවස්ථාවේ හඳුනගන්නේ නැතුව මුදලින් ගෙවපු අවස්ථාවේ නොවේ. Right? So simply the accrual concept in accounting means that expenses and revenue are recorded in the period they occurred with the or not cash is involved, right? මුදල සම්බන්ධ වුණා නැතත් අදාළ ආදායම හෝ වියදම සිද්ධ වෙච්ච වෙලාවේ නැත්නම් ඒ සිදු වුණ අවස්ථාවේ අපි හඳුනා ගන්නවා නැතුව with the or not cash is involved, right? That is the main purpose of using accrual concept. උචිත සංකල්පය අයි අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ, right? Those are the very general thing and basic thing. That is why I'm moving quickly. Yes, elements of financial statement. Anyone can explain? Anyone can mention the elements of financial statements quickly? Elements. There are 5 elements. Quickly. Elements of financial statements.
Assets, liability, equity, income, expense.
Yes, great. Thank you. Yes. I think you have know those concepts. Assets, liabilities, equity, income and expenses. Ne? Vatkam, wagakim, himikam, adayama viyadam. Right? So, assets. I will explain these definitions at the conceptual framework lessons also, right? And then I'm not going to discuss in details the definitions. Then Thursday lectures under the conceptual framework, I again explain, right? So in that moment, in this moment, I'm not going to discuss, right? Just please keep in mind, there are 5 elements. First one, assets, vatkam, second one, liabilities, and third one, income, and fourth one, expenses, and final one, equity, right? I will explain the definition with the conceptual framework lesson because these definitions are very important at that point, right? So therefore, I'm not going to discuss these definitions, right? So in Thursday lectures, definitely I will explain the meaning of assets, liabilities, income and expenses and equity according to the conceptual framework, right? Just I highlight here the concept to get to know, right? I'm not going to discuss. Yes, dual impact of transactions. ගනුදෙනුක ditwa බලපෑම. ගනුදෙනුක තියෙන ditwa බලපෑම. You know, if one transaction is happened, definitely according to the accounting concept, there are 2 aspects නේ. අපි දන්නවා ditwa බලපෑම කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ගනුදෙනුක තියෙන ditwa බලපෑම කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ගනුදෙනුවක් සිද්ධ වුණොත් there are 2 impacts නේ. බලපෑම් දෙකක් තියෙනවා. So as a result of transactions occurring in a business, the value of assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses are changed. Right? Elements. There are 5 elements, as I mentioned earlier: assets, liabilities, equity, and income, expenses. Then, if the transactions occurring in the business, definitely the value may impacted for such element. So, may api handunagatta element පහට යම් ගනුදෙනුවක් සිද්ධ වුණොත් විවිධාකාරයෙන් බලපෑම් සිද්ධ වෙනවා. ඒකට බලපෑම් සිද්ධ වෙන ආකාර ditwa බලපෑමක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ, right? අපි දන්නවා ඒක. So it is clear that each transaction causes change to 2 items of accounting equation which is called as the dual impact of transaction. මොකද්ද කියන්නේ? පැහැදිලි. If it is clear that each transaction cause change to 2 items of the accounting equation. ගිණුම් කරන සමීකරණ යම් ගනුදෙනුවක් සිද්ධ වුණොත් ඒ ගනුදෙනුව හරහා ගිණුම් කරන සමීකරණයේ අයිතම දෙකකට බලපෑම් සිද්ධ වෙනවා, right? බලපෑම් සිද්ධ වෙනවා. That is why we call dual impact of transactions. ඒකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ dual impact transactions. It means simply, this means there should be 2 entries for each transaction. That is the very important point. Please note down. This is mean there should be 2 entries for each transaction. Warning entries දෙකක් තියෙනවා. There should be 2 entries for each transaction, right? Yes. Yes. Double entry system. As I mentioned earlier in last slide, I mentioned that if there is a transaction is happening, there may be a dual impact. No? Yes, you know, increase and decrease, type and increase and decrease. You know, if assets value is increased as a result of one transactions happening, assets and expenses, definitely there is a debit. ඉදන්නවා වත්කමක හෝ වියදමක අගය වැඩි වෙන ගනුදෙනුවක් සිද්ධ වුණොත් ඒක අපි සටහන් කරන්නේ debit. හරි. Right? So if assets value and expenses value will go down as a result of the transactions happening, we recorded it as credit. යම් ගනුදෙනුවක ප්‍රතිඵලයක් විදියට වත්කමක හෝ වියදමක අගය අඩු වෙනවා නම් අපි ඒක සටහන් කරනවා බෑ සටහනක් විදියට. Right? So again there are three elements. If equity, liabilities and income values increase as a result of transactions is happening, we recorded it as credit. Equity නැත්නම් හිමිකම්, වගකීම්, ආදායම් කියන ඒ වගේ අගේ වැඩිවීමක් අපි සටහන් කරන්නේ බැර other side අඩුවීමක් අපි හර. These are the very basic thing for you. Very simple thing, right? So you can go through this handout too, right? Yes, then we come to the final parts of today, prime entry books, right? So you can see here prime entry books in first column, and nature of transactions, what kind of transactions we record, and source document, right? Then මූලික උපයෝගී පොත් ටික මම සටහන් කරලා තියෙනවා. දැන් පළවෙනි එක cash receipt journal නේ, මුදල් ලැබීම් journal එක. මොන වගේ transactions අපි record කරන්නේ? What kind of transactions we record here? Receipt of checks and cash deposit. check පත් ලැබීම හා මුදල් ලැබීම. මොකද්ද source document එක නේ? receipt or deposit slip. ලදුපත හෝ නැත්නම් තැන්පතු පත්‍ර. So second one, cash payment journal. Then issues of, if there is issues of checks, we record in cash payment journal. Payment vouchers and counterfiles we can use as source document. මුලස්වලිය විලිදී අපිට payment voucher එක නැත්නම් counterfile එක කියලා check එක තියෙන counterfile එක අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ මුදල් ගේමේ channel එක සටහන් කරන්න මොන වගේ transactions, the issues of checks and මුදල් games. That's a petty cash book. සුළු මුදල් පොත. So like petty cash transactions we record in the petty cash book. So as source document, මුලස්වලිය විල්ල petty cash voucher or receipt we can use. In purchase journal, Ganum journal. So you know, credit purchase of trading goods we record in the purchase journal, right? Then purchase invoice we can use as source document. Ganum invoice අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් මුලස්වලිය විල්ල විදියට. So return outward journal. So if there is a return outward, we need to have record in the returns outward journal. So as a source document, we can use debit note. Harapata we can use for the if there is a return outward. So in sales journal, Vikram journal, credit sales of trading goods, we can record credit sales of trading goods in sales journal. So sales invoice we can use as source document. And again, return inward journal. So the return inward journal we record, if there are any return inward, we need to record in return inward journal. So credit note, බැරපත අපිට use කරන්න පුළුවන් as a record source document. Finally, general journal, පොදු journal. Yeah? So the transactions which are not included in these elements or this kind of transactions we record in general journal, like depreciations and purchase of property, plant and equipment, right? Like transactions we can record in the general journal. So source document is general journal voucher, right? So these are also the general concept for you. Please keep in mind the words, the English word, so that will be more beneficial for you, right? Yes. Then now we have come to the end of these lessons, right? So up to here, if you have any question, you can ask. All are clear that I have explained today. Just today I explained the basic thing actually you already have learned. So anyhow, if you have any question now you can ask. I will give you 1 minute. We need to wind up the sessions. Time has come to the end. All are clear. At least please give me the response whether all are clear or not.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes. Then let's meet on Thursday. I will explain with you the conceptual framework for the financial reporting. And meantime, I will give you an advice. You can see here, your thoughts determine your life, definitely, right? Your thoughts are the things, the main thing. Actually, I use that technique. Your thoughts determine your life. Right? So make them great. Then please start the work with good thoughts and good mind, right? Then you will be moved to the great journey, right? So today is the very first lecture. I start with your very first lectures. I think you have started this lecture with good mindset. You have definitely will be there the thoughts. So please continue those thoughts in success way throughout the journey, right? Yes, can I see 9 page? You can download Puta only LMS, right? Then you can go. Yes. Then thank you very much for your participation, and again have a great future. Today as your first lectures, I will set you for the participation and maintain a good quality characters and graduate, and hope you will achieve your expected dream in future as well. Thank you very much and have a nice day. See you on Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.